How often do you prepare yourself for end month? Personally, the first thing I do when it comes to the thought of end month is come up with my budget. Not that there's a new budget every month, but I have to think through my budget to just ensure it aligns with your income. Hello and welcome to another episode of Live, Learn, Adventure and Charity, and this is where we talk about finance, personal development, travel and community service. If this is your kind of content, kindly subscribe and hit the notification bell down here so that you're notified every time we upload a new video. So today I'm going to take you through the journey of my coming up with my budget. So I already have a list of the items of my monthly budget, and I will not indicate how much, but because sometimes it keeps changing because I have to include irregular expenses. Actually, what do I consider when I'm coming up with my budget? First, the standard monthly expenses, which are not bound to change unless something happens. Those are more or less called fixed expenses. Then we have variable expenses, which keep on varying, like grocery shopping, transport expenses, such expenses, which keep on changing. And number three, I look at irregular expenses. Like you may find in a certain month you have this expense, in maybe the other months you don't have. I review what I spent the previous month and see what the new month will come up with. Maybe will the expense be higher, will the expense be less, based on the projection. Number one, how I project is if you will not be around. As you all know, sometimes I travel, so the home expenses might go down, and sometimes you have additional people in the house, so the expenses will go up. Sometimes you have more travel in the month, so which means transport expenses will go up. Not the travel of the one I do for YouTube, because that's a totally different budget from my normal budget. Like now, if I have to visit a friend, I have to visit my family, I have to visit my mom and all those things. Because again, first, you will not go to visit someone empty-handed. You will need transport to get there, and so many other factors. I also consider the budget for charity activities. These are like your friend has an event. Maybe your friend has lost a loved one. Maybe we have a baby shower, bridal shower, and all those things. If they are already projected. Remember, some of these things are not new things in the month. So you look at every nitty-gritty before you start the month, such that when you're getting paid or when your income hits your account or your pocket, you already know what you need, especially the irregular expenses, because that's where your money goes in most cases when you have not projected. So I am not going to go into the nitty-gritty because we have already shared how we do our budgeting on a monthly basis. I'm just going to highlight. If you look at my irregular expenses, for instance, you'll find transport will vary for me. I am just going to highlight mine. Also electricity, sometimes it becomes cheaper, sometimes it goes up, sometimes I don't know, it's just fluctuating. Then I have my water bills. It's usually standard, but sometimes it goes up and down depending on the number of people in the house and the number of days you are in the house. And then we have the shopping. Remember, we have said the grocery expense keeps skyrocketing. I don't know, it's just crazy. Today you find something is almost double the price. I think like if you follow me on Just Family, I buy meat from KMC, and between July and September, the price has gone up by almost 100 for some of the items. Apparently, some items are still the same. Yeah. And then the other varying expense is my dailies. And of course, we have said there is the one for charity activities, which you don't live in an island. So you have to support people, because when it comes to your time, you will also need support. So that's automatic. So for my self-care, I think I have managed to maintain it at the same level. And then we have what else? Imagine for my budget, those are the only varying expenses. And of course, for the irregular expenses, I split them between the period. Mostly the ones which are really significant in terms of you would not want to pay from your paycheck is like insurance. My insurance is usually once a year, and surprisingly sometimes I'm always caught off guard, but I try as much as possible to plan ahead. So that is something I actually need to work on more right now, because it's something I'm really kinda struggling with. For the last 2 years, I think I have struggled in terms of being caught up. You all know I struggle to ensure I'm not caught up. But one thing that is getting to me is that. And then number 9 is emergencies, which just show up. I think also on that one, I am kind of failing, and it's something which is in my to-do list. And honestly, it's not easy. It's not easy. Yeah, I don't know whether it is easy for you sometimes to even have a fund for emergency. You don't see like it would happen until it does. And from my personal experience, this year the emergencies have hit me, but it has taught me a lot. Let me say that, because now I know I will do better in the coming period. Yeah, so basically for me, my key focus is the 9 expenses that really keep changing on a monthly basis, and we hope the next changes will go down. It's not always going up, up, up. Yeah, so for transport, electricity, water, shopping, dailies, charity, irregular, insurance, and emergencies. Of course, for charity and emergencies, you cannot predict, and you cannot wish them to go down, because these activities are here with us. We are sometimes celebrating, we are mourning, so everything is okay, because it's part of life. And of course, the other thing, you need to always have it on your budget. That one, let me just put it so that at the top of your mind you think about it. Savings and investments. Saving, number 1, ensure you have saved for emergencies, and this money you should be able to access it within 24 hours, maybe a reasonable amount. And another amount now you can maybe at least 48 hours or 3 days, because even if it's a medical emergency, with this one you can access within 24 hours. If you need a deposit for admission, at least you have some deposit. That's if you don't have a medical cover. And I'm actually going to add that as number 11. You plan for your health expenses. Emergencies don't only mean medical emergencies. Like now, maybe you something can break down in the house, something that you really can't live without for long. Maybe your car can break down. I mean, that can happen anytime. Maybe you run out of something. I think on the emergencies, you can add miscellaneous, which caters for something which runs out before the next income hits your account. Yeah, so for the health expenses, Don't think because you have a medical cover that you're safe. I have seen instances where people finish the medical cover and still go and dig deeper into their pockets. Comment down below if that has ever hit you. And also, like, what if your parent does not have a medical cover? That means you meet the budget. You might have a cover, but you have to meet someone else's expense, or even a relative who needs medical attention. You will not say because I have a cover I will not help someone else. Yeah. I wanted to see if there's something else that I have left out. Oh yes, then you need to plan for your big budget items. These are some things that we always forget. You keep telling yourself, I want to buy something which I don't have the money right now and I need to save for some time, but you have it in your budget. Or is it something that you're procrastinating? Every time I say, I desire this thing, but you're not doing anything about it. By the way, comment below if you're in such a situation. Yeah. Also, you need to have in mind the capital expenses that like now, maybe you could be having a fridge which is just wearing down, as in it's just getting old, and it's actually become a bigger consumer of your electricity. It is not freezing properly, or it's not unfreezing. I used to have such a fridge. Before I bought my fridge, the one I had, it was not unfreezing even if you turn it off for days. So clearly there was an issue, number one, and two, it was old, so it was still consuming a lot of electricity. So the moment you change those old gadgets, they become more efficient and they also save costs for you. Yeah, let me see if there's something else. Yeah, I think that's it for the main expenses. And of course, if you have those insurance plans like endowment, you have medical plan that you need to pay for yourself, you have an education plan, you have those investment plans that you need to pay maybe monthly, quarterly basis. Ensure you have them in mind, so that you don't find yourself in a situation of you don't have something at a particular time that is needed. Yeah, I think that's it for the expenses that I would have wanted to look at. If you have any other expense, you can comment down below and we can definitely look at it. Oh, there's another one before I forget. We should also consider debt. If you owe someone or an institution, look at how you can pay sooner, so that, I mean, once you're done with this, you can take another one to grow yourself, or you just close the debt account. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new, kindly consider subscribing. If you're returning, thank you so much for always coming back to watch our videos. We really appreciate. And also, let us know the kind of topics you want us to discuss. And of course, your wish is our command. So see you on our next one, and stay blessed. Bye.